All right, we're going to cover thermoplastic lamination. Now, this is going to be a very complex, unique case. You probably never want to do this in practice, but this shows you what the possibilities are. So in this case here, we literally have 4 pieces of plastic. We have 16th-inch polypropylene and 1/8-inch green, 1/8-inch pink, 1/8-inch green. We also have a double oven, and the top oven is set for 385. The bottom oven is set for 225. So how we do this? Open the top oven. First piece of plastic. Goes in like that. Close that oven. Now, we're going to start at the bottom. That's the last piece. Next piece. That's the next piece. This is 225 degrees. None of that will get melted. It just gets hot. So next step is we're going to laminate the first piece. Now, what's really critical with this, even with these ovens, these dials are inaccurate. You really should temp your ovens with these temperature gauges. And you should always use one of these when doing thermoplastics. If you don't have either one, you could really mess this process up. So the first step we're going to do is check our plastic. And we are at temp. Pull that out. Open this up. See, this is nice and fluffy. Alright, and then put that back in the oven. We'll set that in there for another 5-10 minutes until that's up to temp, and then we'll bond the last piece, and then we'll go from there. We're ready to laminate the last piece of color. Confirm the temperature. And we are at temp. Bonding together very nicely. This piece. Just forcing them together. There we go. And back in the oven. We'll give that another couple of minutes, and then we'll bond the last piece, and then back and forth. All right, we're going to put the last and final one on. We'll check the temperature. Yep, and we're at 380. Get that out of here. And I would call this the bonding piece. So the idea with this is to roll it on there. Smooth as possible. Without all air bubbles. With the way we're doing this, you're going to end up with a texture on the backside, which looks like carbon fiber. You could use smooth Teflon if you want to do, or you could use coarse, whichever you use. Like 10 minutes, that'll be done. All right, so now we're going to check the final temperature. And we are at temp. And we now have 4 pieces of plastic as one. Now, one of the interesting things about this process, by the way, we heat it and bringing everything up to 385, 390. We essentially anneal this plastic. What that means is I could literally cool this down to about 330 before I have to pull it and limit my stretch. Right now we are at Vacuum. Loose. Flip this around.